Hi guys, I'm Casey Jones, head coach SBG Shropshire, SBG Black Belt. I'm here with Chris Coltrane, another fantastic SBG Black Belt, and I'm going to be showing you a small attack series from the side control position, or more specifically the north-south position. The north-south position is one that's famously used in tournaments quite a lot for stalling, and it's one which I think there's better ways to control and more attacks available than you might be able to think from there. Okay, but first of all, I would like to look at where we're going to get our pressure in order to do this form of north-south, which is slightly different to the way that most people will look at it. Okay, so Chris would lie down here for me, please. Okay, so standard north-south position will involve putting your chest weight onto their chest and trying to hold the guy down from this, often using the belt for control. Okay, and with this is quite good to stop Chris's progress from escaping, but it's very hard for me to be able to move and transition and be able to think of attacks. Now, the way that we're going to play this today is I'm going to think of two positions. I'm going to start from heart on heart, my chest on his chest, and then I'm going to put my weight through my rib cage onto the side of Chris's face, like I'm going to use my rib cage as a cross face. Okay, so I start here and I feel that I'm not getting the control I want, or that Chris starts to make underhooks, so I can't get my cross face and I can't hold him down, but I want to transition. So I keep my weight here. I'm going to start to slowly walk my weight towards his head and put my rib cage against the side of Chris's face here. Now this should plant his head into the ground. This isn't completely set in that he can't do anything, but it's very hard for him to move, and the only way he can move comfortably is to turn this way. Okay, so he'd have to turn away from me in order to make his escape, which I can take advantage of later. Okay, so my transition, if we shuffle this way, I can move down this way. So I start my classic chest on chest position, but I can't, especially good for situations where I can't get underhooks or I can't get a cross face. Chris has got a very good tight defense. Okay, it's very hard though for him to block my rib cage from coming down to meet his head. So I get myself very low but not on the ground, and my rib cage starts to push his head to the side. And now all my weight is in his head. Okay, so it's very uncomfortable for Chris and much more comfortable for me. Okay, just on my toes and on the face. If I turn around the other way as well. Yeah. So here Chris has got a very tight defense. I can't seem to get anything moving. Now I lower myself down, and that my rib cage is the only way. I've got nothing left to control his chest here. So for him now, in order to escape, he's only going to really be able to turn this way comfortably. Okay, so that's going to give me a knowledge of where he's going to go to escape, and that will allow me to be able to tie things up then. Okay, so can you shift around this way a little bit? Oh, sorry, this way. Okay, so once I'm in this position and I get him pinned here, what I'm going to look to do, if he's got a gi on, is I'm going to look to untuck his gi from his belt, and I'm going to look to bring this underneath the armpits. Once I have this control, it's a very good control. But most situations, if I have a traditional north-south or side control, I can't undo this without him escaping or giving him too much room, because my weight's on top of the area that I want to attack. So with my weight now being on the head, when I travel around, this now gives me a very good opportunity to do this. Again, he's only really got this direction to be able to escape, and even that's very hard. So I'm going to make sure this hand underhooks this elbow while I slowly pull this collar out. This hand is a lot more free, but I can still pull this collar out here as well. So now once I have these, this will be my total control position. If Chris wants to escape now, I make sure I keep my balance on his head. I don't want to put weight on his chest and let him move me around. So he tries to escape here, just bump, shrimp, move. Now I have a good control, small, comfortable grip on the lapels. So nothing too drastic for me, not wasting too much energy. Most of my work is done just purely by the weight being on top of the skull. Okay, now from here, we're going to look to go through a couple of attacks. So my main attack is going to be to take his back. The way I was shown this would have been to take the two lapels, jump up to the feet and drag him. There's nothing particularly wrong with that, but it does give him a bit too much space. And what I find is once I have the control under the lapels, I can much easier windscreen wiper my legs and simply keep my elbows tight in order to drag him into the back control, not allowing him the space to escape. So, Chris, can I use you? So I'm here, I've underhooked this arm and undo these lapels. Now from here, Chris is in a real situation because it's very hard for him to escape. I'm mainly paying attention to this grip here. So if he tries to escape away from me, this is going to be very difficult. I just pull this underhook in. Now when I feel he's settled down a bit, all I'm going to do from here is I'm going to windscreen wiper my leg near to his head. And now as I sit back, I keep my elbows very tight. I begin to sit back and then bring my hooks in, 1, 2, and then I can look to take my full back control position. If we go from the back, or maybe front angle. So I'm here, if I unwrap the lapels, now I make sure that I have a grip close up near his armpit, so I can pull this in. Now, I'm going to windshield wiper my legs nice and close or under his head, and then I begin to sit back, making sure I don't separate myself. Keep myself very close and tight, and then I bring my feet in 1 and 2 before I bring a hand over to start to choke or complete my back control position. Should we do maybe from this side? So I start tight side control, can't get anything going, settle my weight, bring my underhooks. Now I get to here, I can now windshield wiper my legs and begin my sit back. Now for me, if Chris keeps his arms tight, it's very hard for him to keep these all the way in because of these underhooks, which I have with the lapels. But if he starts to bring this leg up for my first hook, and I can't bring this over, what I can do is I can lean to this side, keeping my underhook tight, and now I bring this over this arm, and now I bring him into my crucifix position and finish with you. Let's go from sideways. So here, get my weight nice and low. Ball in the toes, weight into the skull. Bring my lapels for my underhooks. This is my control now, so I have his underhook control. I'm going to windscreen wiper my foot underneath, and I start to pull him. I stay nice and close. If he tries to escape here, my grips are very close, very strong for me. Very hard for him to escape, but he might see that I bring this one over and he starts to block. At this point, I lean to the opposite side, and now I have plenty of space to bring this foot over and hook my crucifix on this side. My leg scoots underneath, and now I have my full crucifix. Yeah, thank you very much. If you want to see any more techniques like this and you're ever in the Shropshire area, please come to SBG Shropshire, sbgshropshire.com. Pop in, we're always very friendly. Thank you very much, guys.